Then another question that we need to ask ourselves is, how are costs classified? How are costs classified? Generally, costs are classified into various forms based on certain nature. So let's look at cost classification or classification of cost. Classification of cost simply has to do with the grouping of costs, okay, based on certain features. The grouping of costs based on certain features. Please note that if you look at your syllabus, you will not find these things as part of your syllabus, because these are level 1 introduction to management accounting style. Nemo, we can't build a house without a foundation. So this is the foundation. That is why we have to go back and trace the foundation and build it up on it. So what are the ways through which costs can be classified? Number one, costs can be classified according to nature. So let's put down some few definitions quickly. Classification according to nature or by nature. Classification of costs by nature. This is where cost is classified according to the elements of cost. This is where cost is classified according to the elements of cost. This is where cost is classified according to the elements of cost. According to the elements of cost. By nature, there are 3 elements of cost. So the elements of cost are material cost, labor cost, and overhead. Material cost, labor cost, and overheads. So let's take them one after the other. What is material cost? So under material cost, we say that it is the cost of inputs or ingredients that undergo the production process. It is the cost of inputs or ingredients that undergo the production process. So that's the definition for material cost. It is the cost of inputs or ingredients that undergo the production process. Then we come to the second one, labor cost. What is labor cost? It is the cost of human efforts used in the production of goods and services. It is the cost of human efforts used in the production of goods and services. It is the cost of human efforts used in the production of goods and services. Then we come to the final thing, overheads. Oh, did I say overheads? Maybe let me just do expenses rather. Sorry, let me do expenses. There's no need to do overheads at this point. So material cost, labor cost, and expenses. So material costs are the cost of the inputs. Labor costs are the cost of the human effort. Expenses are all other costs incurred apart from material cost and labor cost in the production of a good or service. Expenses are all other costs incurred in the production of a good or service. All other costs incurred apart from material cost and labor cost in the production of goods or services. So let's say I am a carpenter and I'm working on this table. What do we need as carpenters for a table? Come on, let's go. Everybody's a carpenter now. We need a wood, nail, glue. Okay, what? What do we use for the smoothing? Sandpaper. Is that how it's spelled? Sand and paper? Okay. What else? formaker, depending on the kind of table we are doing. What else? Then we need a carpenter, right? Who will do the job? Now, classification of cost according to nature means we will buy the wood, we will buy the nail, we will buy the glue, we will buy everything. But then how do we group these costs in these things? That's what we're talking about here. So if you check, material-wise, wood is a material, nail is a material, glue, sandpaper, formica, they are all going to be classified under what? Material cost. Then the labor cost will be the carpenter and his apprentice who are going to work. So I have a carpentry shop, then I employ somebody to what? Build the furniture for me. So the carpenter and his apprentice will fall under labor cost. Please follow this carefully because I'm going to use the same example in something later on. Then the expenses are all other costs we incur apart from the material cost and the labor cost. Now, if you buy these foods, I hope you won't just do the need to reach your place. So you pay T&T for it. When they are doing the job, we will use electricity. We will use, they will buy food. Okay, they will eat food. So any other cost we are incurring, apart from these, in order to finish our furniture, is what we put under what? Expenses. And that is the first thing you must understand, classification of cost according to nature. Then we come to the second one, classification of cost according to behavior. By behavior. Behavior. This is where cost is classified according to how it varies with output levels. This is where cost is classified according to how it varies with output level. This is where cost is classified according to how it varies with output levels. With output levels. So that is behavior. So classification of cost according to behavior. According to how the cost varies with output level. Under this, we can have what we call fixed cost, variable cost, semi-fixed cost, and then what we call step cost. We're going to be explaining all that. So what is a fixed cost? So classification of cost according to how it varies with output level. What is fixed cost?
It's a cost that does not vary respective of production.
Okay. Output. So fixed cost is the cost that remains the same irrespective of what? The output level. So that is what we can put down for that. Fixed cost is the cost that remains the same irrespective of the output level. Now, that definition we will say is impaired. Why is it impaired? Because step-up cost will tell us that our definition of fixed cost is a bit impaired. So we say that fixed cost is the cost incurred prior to the production of goods and services. So for instance, as I use my carpenter illustration, if I want to start a carpentry business, what do I need? I need an office, right? I need to buy some machines now. What else do we need? Install some furniture inside, fix the office, have everything. All of these costs are incurring. Have I started producing? No. It all falls under fixed cost. Now, when I start producing, irrespective of how much I'm producing, that building cost is incurred. But the reason why I said that definition is a bit impaired is that when it comes to step cost, when we are now outgrown our capacity, then we would have to lease what? Another building or rent another building. In that case, that means that we will now shift our attention to what we call step cost. But generally we say that fixed cost is a cost that remains the same irrespective of what? The output level. And it is a cost incurred prior to the production of goods and services. So usually when output is zero, you are still going to be incurring what? Fixed cost. So that's the fixed cost curve. When output is 0, you are already incurring the fixed cost. Then we come to his junior brother, and that is variable cost. So what is variable cost?
So what the gentleman said, so you add it to the definition, you add yours to him or what?
Which one?
That the fixed cost is a cost that
Remains the same irrespective of the output.
However, it's also a cost that is incurred per the production.
Yes, production. Okay. Yes.
So you should fuse the two. Is that what you mean?
No, you can write the first one and then continue with the second one.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. So what is variable cost? It will depend on the output level. So how do we put it?